And how do you think that your music how have you changed from Spitalfield to being solo?
Well, I think the biggest difference between the band and what I do now is that I'm way more, I don't know, I'm way more focused on the type of influences and music that really I listen to. With the band, you know, we had a lot of crossovers for a lot of our common influences, and it was really, even though I was maybe the main lyricist or whatever, it was kind of like that was the sound we had when we came together. Whereas this is all just like up here for me, you know. So I get to kind of be the mad scientist with it a little bit more than I was with the band, and I get to kind of orchestrate the whole thing.
She doesn't walk without passing me by. She doesn't leave without saying goodbye. She doesn't see me. She doesn't see me. She never seems to look my way, but if she did, what would I even say? And I think I'm beautiful. For her, that's the usual. Put the pedal to the floor and go. She keeps me hearing pretty things, and I know she can see the best of me. Then we might be starting something good. Now, gotta get these words down, and I'll sing out a melody.
And I want to dig in a little bit deeper to some of the stuff that I was, you know, always listening to, you know, on my own time, and you know, like singer-songwriters are, you know, have always influenced me heavily, and now to kind of get to do that for a bit, it's opened some new doors and allowed me to experiment a little bit. And I feel like, you know, at first, the first thing I wanted to do when the band ended was try something totally different. And I may have even overcompensated and strayed a little bit further away from what I do, just because that was my natural reaction to, like, after a decade of doing something, to just go the other way. And then after doing a couple EPs, like, kind of on my own, started putting together what I thought would be, like, you know, a more focused effort for an actual album. And I'm happy I waited, because it was really between the final Spitalfield album, which was in '06, to my first full-length, which was, you know, 2011. It's a long period of time. So that allowed me to really shed some skin and completely, you know, detach myself from what I used to do and come into it with a clear head. So,
Since you've been doing national tours, has there been a reaction that you can pinpoint from people who might not get as much macros in the city?
I would say that that with the older fans who were already into what I was doing before, it's been kind of a split reaction, I think, which I, you know, would expect, because a lot of people that were fans of the band are just kind of hoping for more of the band. So they don't really go into it as open-minded, maybe, as someone who's never heard anything I've ever done. But there's been a lot of people too who kind of grew up with me and stuck by me, and now are like happy and interested to check out the next version of what I do. So that's been cool. And on a national level, it's just been city by city. Every market's a little bit different. Some nights, you know, I'll play a rearranged Spitalfield tune and a bunch of people will be excited for it. Some nights I mention what it is and there's no reaction at all, which to me is, you know, just a matter of, you know, I guess who your audience is that night, and how you handle that. And I kind of like looking to the future. I kind of, you know, I'll never want to like distance myself from a standpoint of like, you know, oh, I don't do that, or I don't do that anymore, or anything. I think it's cool to play different versions of those tunes for the people who might want to hear it, because anyone who, you know, cares enough to be a fan of any music I've done, like, I give them, you know, all the respect in the world, and I'm so excited that they care. So I'm not like, I'm not going to do that, but generally I'm focused on my new stuff, so I'm a little more excited to play that, you know. And when you're playing in front of brand new people, like on this tour, as an opener, I get to play in front of a lot of people that otherwise would not be seeing me play, so it's a new opportunity for me every night. Because I'd rather have the Spitalfield stuff be my backing story moving forward, rather than the focus that I'm always hanging my hat on.
She doesn't even ever say goodbye. She doesn't see me. She doesn't breathe without taking a sign. She doesn't walk without passing me by. She doesn't even ever say goodbye. She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't see me. doesn't see me.